Good evening, folks. Red County Blue Nation, Westcliff, Colorado, great states of America. Stephen Rorick, Mike Boring, James McMahon. Jimmy, how you doing this evening, buddy?
We're doing good. We're happy with the rain, and that's a big thing up here in Custer County. We don't have any snow melt, and I think you were saying pretty much all the snow tails all the way to up north is pretty much, we got no snow on the mountains. So that means it's tough on the irrigation. So we're dependent on the rain.
Yeah, it's I mean, man, it's not just us, but there's a bunch like New Mexico, Elephant Butte's dry. Of course, Lake Mead and Lake Powell are both dry. I mean, there's millions and millions of people relying on these watersheds besides us.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there are a lot of people that are in a bind with it.
Well, we'll see how the rain keeps coming. If it keeps coming, we might have a chance. But we get into July and August, September, boy, it's going to be.
June is the driest month. If we can make it past June, then
Yeah.
so if we can
Typically, July, the monsoons start showing up a little bit.
normally, yeah. That's why usually the rodeo that monsoon's on second week in July.
But yeah, can't complain about the rain we just got because that was a soaker.
No, it was. I didn't have a gauge out, but Nacho up north of us yesterday afternoon, he said he'd already have a half inch, so that's 2 inches of moisture that he's had out of the last 3 storms. I mean, that's
enough to keep us going.
It's normally you can't get that much.
Right.
Normally there's no chance of getting that much.
Yeah.
Hell, you get a tenth or 10, 20, 30 hundreds. You're like, oh my gosh, we got real rain.
We're doing something now.
3 days later, the wind is gone.
Yeah. Yeppers. So cool beans. So what are we talking about?
We're talking about how good you are.
At what?
Whatever they say.
Getting chunky.
Tubba wubba.
God, I gotta get this weight off me. Nacho. Nacho brought us a bunch of burritos and some cake. We had a little political meeting a few of us had to get together on, and here at Stevens, and Nacho graced us with a lot of really good burritos and some cake and some really good hot sauce.
Yeah. No, that was
Super nice of you, Nacho. Thank you.
that was some good grub for.
Super duper. But yeah, we're. I guess it's okay to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Be inviting and.
So I'm hoping that Harold texts me back here real quick so I can understand exactly. So we've invited 16. So a little lay of the land here, right? The primary election's coming up June 30th, right? So, and not all of the candidates have a runner, but opposition. Hence, our commissioner candidate Taylor LaPresti.
Taylor LaPresti is kind of unopposed.
Yep, he's going to run unopposed. So I mean, there's several like sounds like Tim Bennett, right, which is going to be a real critical one for us that goes against it. That's for CD7. That's actually U.S. House of Representatives against Brittany Peterson, right? We all despise her. I mean, she's just a liberal, left-leaning. I mean, there's no use cussing her, but I mean, she's out of her mind, right? Just like everybody else is that just thinks that money grows out of. I mean, they're thieves, is what they are, and that's all there is to it. I mean, they're taking this money from somewhere, but they think that, well, it's just the taxpayers' money, so we'll just use it as we seem fit, and that, of course, doesn't go in with that same thing that we always talk about: the duty, the ethics.
Yeah, being
what a reasonable person would do all of that.
yeah, yeah. Well, and here we are in a pretty big inflation, and we don't need any higher taxes in this collect and spend and collect and spend. We need to really be watching that. That's where the conservatism comes in, as opposed to just collect it and spend it. That's the big difference, and we need to get involved so that the government just doesn't keep growing and taking more and spending more on things that they really don't need to be involved in my opinion. We've got low-income housing is kind of irritating to a lot of folks right now.
Oh,
It's got people all ruffled up, not counting the courthouse menagerie.
yeah. I mean, we can go through the.
That's why folks got to get involved.
Here's one of the main things, everybody, about this low-income housing or workforce housing or whatever kind of. The fact of the matter is that, I mean, it's basically it's subsidized housing is what it is. I mean, that's where you're getting money from the government to try to build this housing, but the real sticker with this, whatever you want to call it, low income housing is what we call it, right?
Workforce housing. I mean, they try to disguise it. You know, they try
You can't call it low income
to try
housing.
to put a
You
little
mean
lipstick on a pig.
illegal immigrant, criminalized, just all the worst drug peddling, all the worst shit that's what is in these low income facilities. Like, that's just the way that it works, folks. And if you've ever been into a big city or where what they call the projects, that's what this is. You can, like Jimmy said, you can put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. But anyhow, the big issue there, or one of the main issues that needs to be examined that nobody has examined at this point, is you need to look at the grant and read the grant and see what the qualifications are to be a resident of this housing development. So one of our contributors knows about some low income housing in Eads, the town of Eads, right? If any of y'all know Eads is pretty small. I'm not sure just how big it is, but I know it's pretty dang little. They put some workforce housing in there, or low income housing, or whatever, assisted living, subsidized housing from the government. The problem is that in the grant itself, it says who can live in there. And most of this, you have to be real careful because it doesn't say, I mean, they're lying through their teeth when they try to tell you that it's workforce housing, because it's not. And I mean, I'm not saying that ours specifically is or isn't. That's why it's a call. It's a call to anybody that has time that wants to research what this really is. You need to look at the grant and see how what the qualifications and the specifications are for an occupant. Them facilities in Eads are still set and empty because nobody meets the qualifications. You're not illegal enough, you're not destitute enough, you don't have enough of a criminal record. All of the complete ludicrous stuff that these stupid libtards put in the language of this stuff to try to undermine America is what they're doing, right? I mean, don't take it any other way, because that's what this is. They're undermining the integrity of our country is what this is.
With their own money.
With our own money. This is not workforce housing. This is trying to get immigrants and illegals right under your nose that are going to take up the tax money. They're going to take up the money that should be used for regular people and use that, right? I mean, and so what we need to do is look at the grant specifically that we've gotten here and see what the qualifications are. That's one of the main things that's happened with a lot of this low-income housing, is that the grant says that you have to basically you can't just be a good, clean-cut, white, red-blooded American with a family, right? You ain't going to get in there with that, and that's why it's not really workforce housing or all of that. Most of what we've seen in the past. Nobody has read the grant here yet, to my knowledge. We have somebody that's beginning to work on that. A friend of ours just got back to town. Understands that stuff. I mean, he's down there. I mean, they put in that low income housing right next to where he's living. I mean, his buddy just bought like a new 40-foot boat. They went in there. Two guys kind of come down the Broadway or the walk or whatever and stole all of the bullshit off this boat. I mean, you're talking about tens and 20 and 30 thousands of dollars worth of electronics, and what they couldn't take, they destroyed. And so that whole I mean, that's why I can't figure what Lucas and Bill and Paul don't understand about this low income housing. Like, do you want them to break into your place, Lucas, or what? Like, why are you even giving them a chance? What, because somebody gave you some money so you felt obligated to take it, and now you got a bunch of... And I mean, if you all know that this is where the whole rift started between Lucas and I and my dad with this same topic. Right? We don't trust you, Lucas. You lied to my dad, so what else you lying about? So this whole thing is just filthy rotten. But yeah, y'all are doing it anyhow, and you're doing it under the cuff. And I mean, I don't know how much the bid is to put that. I seen the other day they had a big ass track hoe out there, and all you could see was the boom. I mean, that's some bitch like 15, 20 foot down in the ground. That's how far deep they got to go to get her on grade. It's like, damn, shit, there's a tractor down in there. But anyhow,
pretty deep.
Yeah, pretty deep. But that's the main thing, right? We encourage everyone to put the pressure on your county commissioner of what does the grant really say, because let's face it, folks. I don't trust any of the three that are doing our bidding here to be careful enough to read what the grant says. I just don't.
Yeah, to me, it's like they just play right into the trap.
They did.
And they don't care
What Lucas tell me, well, they gave us the money to buy it. Like, why didn't you tell them to buy it themselves? Like, why do you want to be what makes you think that money is good, Lucas? If that was so good, why didn't they do it themselves?
It's typically the motive behind it. And how come the private sector isn't doing it?
That's the whole thing, because
when you naturally let things occur, it works out nice and healthy.
Yeah, because it's not it's not subsidized.
When you artificially force something to take place like this, now you're creating a social event that could turn bad. And that's why we're conservatives. We like things to naturally take place in a healthy, normal way. Because that's the way it should go.
So one of our contributors here that has a house in Salida says the low-income housing in Salida is right next to my place. All of my sheds in my houses have been broken into, and they sold all of the copper out of one of my houses. That's what we're getting from this so-called low-income housing. So all y'all out there that think this is workforce housing, you're going to have to wake up at some point. I mean, it's just like it reminds me of the stupid prairie dogs. Well, they're so cute. Well, what you need is a bunch of them right in your front yard. Get the bluebonnet played right in your doorstep where your kids are at, and then tell me about how great it is, right?
Yeah, let a cow break a leg or a horse break a leg, or I mean, it destroys. You're out putting hay up, and you got a big old pile of dirt where the thing's just completely tearing up a hayfield. That's what I told them. I said, the people from Boulder come down here and get you some collars and put on them and take them back home. Name them. Take them in. Turn them into a little pet. But yeah, it's that's why you don't. It's surprising to me that the Democrats or the liberals, they're happy about how these elected officials are rolling here. They ain't got no grievances with that way they rolling. Let's destroy America, one little county at a time. These guys aren't awake or paying attention. They're just looking there to hand out, and I don't know. I don't know what even to tell them anymore. I've tried to speak to them, and there's no reasoning with them. Few people been calling. We probably ought to recall them before they do too much more damage. But who wants to get into that?
Well,
We need to pull them up. We need to get them. We need to challenge them.
What a guy has to do is prove that they're doing it wrong before you can recall them. You can't just recall them because you think that they're doing it right.
Oh, yeah.
You
Right.
got to have the documentation before you go to putting a kibosh to them.
Yeah. So to me, any kind of the low-income housing is, just my opinion, is a breach. I don't think the government needs to be into housing. They don't need to be into wood chipping.
Well, and so the other thing that's already come up too, in quite a few places, is that nobody wants to manage them. Silvercliff doesn't want to manage it. Westcliff doesn't manage it, but and the county don't want to manage it either. So it's like, what was going to be affordable housing? Then you're just going to give all of that away to somebody that's going to have to ride herd on the management.
The liability alone, it's crazy. The whole thing is crazy. So Winky World is going to get a big chunk of change for selling the lumber and the roofing and the windows and the floor covering and the cabinets. You know, the guy putting the sewer and the water lines and stuff in, he's going to make a chunk of change.
Well, they did put that out for bid. I do know that,
Oh,
sure. Which is
by law
uncommon.
uncommon around here. Yeah. Well, we put it out to bid, but we already knew who we was giving it to.
We throw the bids in the trash.
Yeah. Well, it's like the resumes for the county manager. You can't make this stuff. Hollywood couldn't make this stuff up. But yeah, doing a fundraiser and introducing some of the.
So here's what we've done. So we're on June 23rd. We do know that that's the hard date. June 23rd. It's on a Tuesday. It's not the best ideal date, but I mean, there's a lot going on, and these guys are busy. One of the main people that we have coming is Scott Bottoms. This is a governor candidate. We've also invited Victor Marks. So there's a potential too. Scott Bottoms has already confirmed that he will come.
And he's been here.
No.
No. Somebody from his office was here? Or not at all?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Okay.
But so the people that got invited were Kirk Meyer, which I'm not sure which position that would be. I can look it up here. Victor Marks, of course, is the governor. Mike Allen will be an attorney general. David Wilson is also an attorney general. So he's confirmed. I guess I'll go through the confirmed first of all. Okay, so you have Michelle Gray, U.S. House District 60. I shouldn't say U.S. It's just HD 60. House District 60, Colorado House District 60. Okay, that's a critical one, folks, between Michelle Gray and Matt Alexander. This is an odd shaped district. It includes Custer County, part of Chaffee, part of Fremont, all of Fremont, part of Pueblo, and Teller County. So it cuts across county lines. It's not county specific, right? I mean, it blows right through. That's just a bunch of straight lines that go right through all these counties.
Yeah, so they're county shared.
So Matt Alexander and Michelle Gray will both be here, House District 60. They're both strong candidates. I'm gonna go with Matt Alexander on this one. I mean, I've spent some time with Matt. One of the main reasons what I like about him is he has worked hand in hand with the Canyon City School District He lives in Canyon. He's a landscaper by trade. Just graduated his youngest daughter. That's where my grandkids go to school. And so, I mean, some of the stuff that he's told me about how they're trying to get DEI out and basically the transvestite story time and all of that stuff. I mean, he's working hard at the school that matters to me personally.
And I think that matters a lot to the folks that are up here. We're pretty much like-minded, and we want the crazy stuff to go away with the Democrats, and then get some people that are in a little bit more upright.
So
Better behavior.
Michelle seems to be a good candidate too, but she's also sided with Britta Horn on more instances than one. And of course, Britta Horn is the failed chair of the GOP party. I mean, she basically broke us completely out. Her and her attorney has took us for like $400 and some thousand just because they could. So I mean, that's a conflict of interest with Michelle. I've spent quite a bit of time with Michelle too. I've visited with her, so I've seen both of these people at least 4 times.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons, folks, of why we wanted to do this, because Harold was like, you know, it's great that they come up to the CCRCC meeting, but they're not getting in front of any new faces. And I mean, there's a lot of voters up here. There's a lot of voters in Custer County. Way more than the 20 that show up to the CCRCC meetings. So that's what we're starting our outreach here with, you know, PCPs and fundraising and party development. That's kind of what, this is our first event, June 23rd. Okay, so we have Matt Alexander and Michelle Gray, HD60. We have Tim Bennett. He's going to come up. He's the one for CD7, right? He's running against Brittany Peterson. He is actually running unopposed in the primary, so that race is not as critical. Or there is no race, right? His race will be against Brittany Peterson in the general election.
Right. But it'd be good for people to listen to where he stands, what he's about.
He's exceptionally smart. We heard him talk at the last CCRCC meeting. He's talking about we only need 30,000 votes to make Colorado red.
Yeah, so it's so important, folks. I mean, I can't tell you.
That's this whole thing too is tell all your friends. Doesn't matter that you're a Republican. This is for everyone, in particularly independents and Democrats as well. Independents are a big one, right? Because they get to vote in the damn primary. And we're going to get to that, what these open primaries really amount to, and it also give a chance for Democrats to, maybe they couldn't, I mean, I'm unclear. Harold said they can change their vote up, change their affiliation up to the day of the election. I don't know that for sure. I thought that there was a week or 2 in there that they had to do it, but Harold says it could be the day of. I mean, so if there's Democrats out there that are tired of the shenanigans that are getting pulled left and right, that gives them a chance to transition and switch to a reasonable candidate, someone that they can actually see and meet and talk to and hear. I mean, it's a big deal, in my opinion. It's made a lot of difference for me actually getting to talk to these people.
Yeah.
I've never, I mean, you see them on TV or whatever. I mean, it just isn't the same. Of course, most of these candidates don't have money to get on TV anyhow. I mean, these are
grassroots people.
And it's just a smaller,
yeah.
It's the smaller level, right? So like HD60, this is a legislative part, but they just vote for in the Colorado legislative. They don't go.
Just the state.
Yeah, they don't go on up to like what Tim Bennett and Brittany Peterson would be doing, where it's U.S. House of Representatives.
Yeah, now they're getting into Congress, and it's the Senate part, and then some of it will be the House part.
Yeah, that Congressional District 7 is actually U.S. House of Representatives.
Yeah.
So that part is not the Senate or the Congress. That it would be the House of Representatives. So then we're going to go on. So Bennett will be here. I mean, extremely smart. He was talking about how many Democrats have already switched. I mean, his numbers make you feel good about maybe that not all is lost. And
very encouraging.
the few, I mean, even though I only know him for 8 minutes, like it's like, man,
He was on top of it.
this is somebody that I want to become friends with.
Yeah.
Right? It's like when you see someone, you're like, I'm attracted to this.
attracted to that individual.
Yes, I'm just like, man. I mean, this
Absolutely.
he's a good stout person.
Yeah.
Big plus, right? Instead of dealing with somebody that has a mushy handshake and
Yeah, he's good to go.
yeah.
And I don't know that we can, as PCPs, endorse any particular candidate, but we can definitely bring these names up to you, and hopefully you'll come listen to them and then vote your conscience.
Yep. I mean, we're not really endorsing any candidates here. We're just telling you what we do know. Like I said, I liked what I heard with Matt Alexander because he works at the school that my grandkids go to. I was not real happy when I heard that Michelle Gray is over here buddying up with Kirkmeyer and Britta Horn.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Michelle seemed like a pretty solid person. She's a math teacher from Pueblo.
She did a lot of good work in Pueblo.
Yeah, they've turned some seats in Pueblo.
Some stuff in Pueblo, and she was instrumental in helping that. So she's got a lot of pluses. The big takeaway, I guess, is that.
Well, and one thing that I thought was very admirable is both Michelle and Matt
Work together.
Well, they're sure enough cordial to each other, right?
Absolutely.
Where I mean, with this kind of thing on the line, it would be easy to
Mudsling, kind of have some animosity
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. And they're not. They're both very, very grown-up people, very mature, and easy to talk to. And that's what you get, I think, when you get a real conservative, is you get that character. You get that kind of character. So.
But so Tim Bennett, Michelle Gray, and Matt Alexander, HD 60, Tim Bennett, CD 7. Okay, Scott Bottoms that's going to be for the governor race. Like I said, we've invited Victor Marks as well, but he normally doesn't come to. I mean, that's not saying that he might not, but he normally, from what I've heard, he usually doesn't come to any events unless it's just him. And he normally has a big wad of security. I've heard some stuff saying that he's got a lot of death threats, and then other people say, well, that's not legitimate. So I mean, who am I to say, right? I mean, if that's one of them where better, I mean, that literally better safe than sorry. If you think you got a death threat on you and you don't take that serious, you might have to have your head checked. I mean, or you'd be headless. So anyhow, Scott Bottoms will be here for the governor, and then we have, I believe this gentleman's name is Jim Wilson.
So yeah, your vote will count. These could be some really tight races.
David Wilson, excuse me. David Wilson for the AG, the Attorney General. He is already confirmed as well. Okay, so we have them are the big five. We have Taylor LaCrusty, our local precinct or District 3 County Commissioner. One, excuse me. Getting to so much.
You got a lot of numbers going on
Good
there.
thing there's two of us. Or three or one or what? 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Taking Bill Canada's place.
Taking Bill Canada's
Because Bill's timed out.
So Taylor's going to speak. We would also look for a speech from Brad Balsley, Rich Smith, and J.D. Heinrich. I mean, these guys are all. I mean, that's why we're doing this, is to get these guys up here and get them in front of the people so that people know what they stand for and what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing about it, Taylor, Rich, and J.D. are all running unopposed. But that still doesn't mean that they can't, or that they don't need to get up there and get to be known, right? I mean, they work for you, folks, and so
being able to give them a question or two, being able to interview the person that's taking your tax money and using it. So whether you're the coroner, the sheriff, or the SA, or whoever you are.
Well, and that's something that we're beginning to work on. If you have any if you have any questions that you would like us, we're trying to decide the layout of this, if there will be precasted questions, more than likely, right? Because it kind of needs to go.
Clickety click.
Yeah, we might be able to pull like a couple questions out of the audience, potentially, maybe. But time is going to be important. The good thing about this is, I mean, I would like to see them each have like 10 minutes to speak. I mean, I don't know how this should go down, but oh, it's a 2-minute race. Say your bit and get out of there, right? I mean, that's
really not enough time to
It's not
address
enough time.
the issues and maybe answer a few questions that are pre-selected just for sake of time to make it efficient.
Yeah, and maybe have a couple, maybe picking one or two people from the audience potentially. I mean, we just don't know how that's going to go. If you have any feedback, hit us up on the live chat potentially, or my number 719-371-0233. Text me about it. It's redcountybluenation@gmail.com. We welcome any feedback that anybody has. I mean, there's already a pretty good list of questions out there that these candidates are getting asked. It's not like we're just we're reinventing the wheel. It's just
the issues that we've heard a lot of the issues for 4 times here on what they're combating, what they're going against. But everybody in Custer County, that's got a vote needs to hear who these people are so that you can properly vote, and it is so important. I don't know. I can't even tell you how important it is to get out and vote.
So, 2 potentials that we hope can make it would be James Wiley, be running for Secretary of State, and then as well as Mark Baisley for U.S. Senate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these are another 2 big ones.
Absolutely, those are huge. Huge.
So that's the list of what we think, of what we have for sure, and the couple that we think would probably come. And then so we have Kirkmeyer, which I can't remember if they're going to try to go for governor or not. We have Joan Poston, which is the CU regent, and then you have Paul Mueller as a CU regent, right? So I can Google that up real quick, right? I mean, this is a pretty important position too, folks, because these are the people that control the universities that basically preach socialism, right? This is where this whole train got started off the tracks, is at these universities. And so them university positions are pretty important.
Very important.
We have another gentleman out of CD7 Education Board.
And he's running unopposed?
So it's Barb Kirkmeyer is running for governor. Yeah, Steve Barton, I think, is running unopposed.
And he's going for the school?
Yes.
Board?
And then you have Kevin Grantham. Teddy Collins is another big guy that we like. He's Senate District 4. We know that he can't make it. He's been campaigning pretty hard, and he told Harold that he's made arrangements with his family to be gonna have to take a week off of that.
Absolutely. All these people that have been here are hard-working people. Man, they're in it to win it. And we need to get out and vote. We need to support people that are, I'm going to just say, protect our interest in the political realm. And we probably devalue that to a point now where we see how valuable it is. Policy making is a big deal. When you see, they came out with that one thing, if somebody doesn't ask for a spoon or something, and if you give them one, was that what they were telling?
Yeah,
it's $1,000 fine or
something insane. Same with a packet of ketchup.
Crazy time. Crazy. So those are the things we're combating, the kids, the boys and girls sports, and you can be a little boy if you're a little girl, and the nonsense stuff. The people have had their fill of it. That thing's run its course, and now we're getting the replacement people in there that are saying, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. People came to their senses. So that's kind of the standard that we're raising with these new people. That's what they're fighting, is that crazy. I mean, it's pretty simple battleground.
So I mean, this is a big deal, folks, for our little county. There's never been anything like this. You know, the candidates come up here, but they usually just come to the CCRCC meetings, and I mean, they're just throttled back to the point where they'd never meet anybody new. And I mean, the assembly was probably the biggest amount of people that they got to come in front of. And of course, they didn't have much time. It's like, you got 2 minutes.
Which is kind of embarrassing. I mean, but boy, there's a lot going on. I mean, this, man, it's a bunch.
It's a bunch.
So to be able to put this on and to put these people out, bring them up here so you can listen to them, see them, shake their hand, and get somewhat personal with the people that are going to be representing you. Pretty important in this day and age. It's very important, especially for you younger people. You've got a future here, and need to get involved. You have to get involved.
Well, and I mean, I'm not sure how we're supposed to make that happen. I know that, you know, we're doing our best to talk about it now, but it ain't doing no good. You might get one or two, but it's going to take some brainstorming, and it's going to take,
Absolutely.
it takes momentum to get going, right? So how do we get more people? And that's what this whole event is about, is to begin to get begin to get everybody's faith in the Republican Party to kind of come back. Had a lot of problems with the money, with the fundraising before. All of that's a big problem, and we know it is. We had a meeting today with the chair. We addressed this stuff. Of course, I mean, it's always...
You play a pretty important part in that, and so does Harold. Because being part of the CCRCC, you are in charge of the...
I'm the fundraising chairman.
You're the fundraising chairman. And Harold Franks is...
He's the party development chairman.
Party development. So as PCPs, we don't want to be not proactive in the Republican Party and attracting people to it, because we share the same principles. That's what this is about. And was it going to be a chili?
So that's another thing that is kind of out of my wheelhouse, but it looks like that is going to be the case. We're gonna couple this together with a chili cook-off. So yes, and we're looking at this point. We're hoping to do it at the school, Lang Hall. There's going to be a funeral there for our old friend Dr. Louis Marquez.
Yep, I'm Dr. Louis.
Yep, I mean, I've known Doc Louis a long time.
Known him, yeah, ever since I've been here, I've known him. Helped me several times.
Yeah, I actually went to him a couple times when I was in high school. Shit, that's almost 35 years ago.
We miss him.
So, Lang Hall, I mean, we're hoping to potentially maybe get 400 or 500 people to come to this thing. I mean, we're going to put this out across all the counties. I mean, it's kind of far-fetched to think that people will drive up here on a Thursday or Tuesday night all the way from Teller County or even Jefferson Couny.
They might want to get out of town.
They might. I mean,
they might want to come up and have dinner, or
it's a stretch.
Enjoy the chili.
Well, it's a fundraiser, right? We're working to raise money for each one of these candidates that shows up, and of course we're working to raise some money for the local CCRCC as well. We're going to be awful careful with what we do, where this money goes, how it's taken care of. I mean, these are all critical things that have gotten in the way before. I mean, you heard me speak last week. I already told you my position that I'm not willing to have a fundraiser unless we can keep the money squared away. Before this fundraiser, there will be an election for the treasurer position of the CCRCC. So with that,
Yeah, that's an important thing too. And then we also have a PCP in district or precinct 2, right?
so once again, this is going to be on June 23rd. June 23rd. We haven't determined the time yet. I mean, if it's going to be a chili cook-off, them guys are thinking like maybe 4:30 or something, on up to maybe 6:30 or 7 when people start to speak. But June 23rd is the day. The time is not set yet, but we know June 23rd is the day because that's the only day that Scott Bottoms has left on his calendar.
Yeah, that pretty much dictated the whole
Yeah,
whole
and
deal.
that from our side of the things, that's who we're hearing some good stuff about. I mean, I know that a lot of people think quite a bit about Victor Marks. I know he's got a lot of money. I mean, I don't know enough about it to really expound on it. Like I said, what I do know is that, you know, he supposedly saved a lot of children. Then you hear people say, well, there's no proof of that. I mean, I just haven't had.
The one thing that I'm not attracted to about him is the debate thing. He's kind of avoiding some debates.
Well, and I mean that.
And I mean, that irritated me.
If you really think that there's a threat on your life, then I can understand that. And that's the whole thing. I mean, how much truth is to that? We don't know.
I know Donald Trump's been shot at a few times, and I don't quite see him running.
He ain't scared.
That's what I'm getting at.
Well then, but you can't judge everybody by
No.
somebody else.
There you go.
And you know, like you say, we're not supposed to support
I'm
or
not
condemn.
yaying or naying any of them. I'm just saying these are the things that individual people need to come and evaluate for yourself.
And research beforehand too.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of information out.
And then come meet your Republican and your neighborhood, your community, with a chili contest, isn't it? It's a contest, so you have to pay a little bit of money, and I don't know what the particulars are yet, but you get to enter in. You have to have an entry fee, and then I think the candidates may be the judge. Somebody was mentioning that,
Well, then
and that I don't know if that's decided yet or not. A lot of it's
that's one of them things where I mean, I just don't know anything about a chili cook-off. I like chili, but I've never.
it's not my forte.
We do ranch stuff.
We had burritos just the
Yeah, we
other
normally
day.
don't have time to try to go just. I mean, it sounds like a great time, but I mean, I just don't have any experience with the chili cook-off. I don't know if, first, second, and third kind of gets a prize, and then the rest of the door money goes to. I mean, here's the other thing too, folks. That, I mean, these candidates need donors. They need big sponsors, right? $250, $500, $1,000, even a couple thousand, right? I mean, of course, that's tax deductible, right? Because there's a charitable contribution. But that's what these candidates need. I mean, that's what we were talking about last week with Joe Altman, right? We can't fight them with paper swords. It takes money.
Yeah, absolutely.
It takes money to make
And
this
now
happen.
the battleground is ripe. This thing is ripe for the picking.
So
you get more bang for your buck when things are to that point where it's really looking advantageous. To get somebody to go against these people that, for the majority of people, whether they're Democrat or Republican or Independent, they've had enough of the crazy. They just have had enough of the crazy.
Yeah.
So people are getting together. Common folk with common interests are saying, yeah, I don't need a boy going into the girl's bathroom. We just don't need that. Things of that nature. I mean, there's a lot more depth of depravity than that. But at the end of the day, most people can agree on decency. And when the Democrats have stepped over the line and they've abused us financially, it's time to rise up and fight for your country. And you do that at the voting booth. That's the civility of it.
Well, and it is, and I mean, a lot of people say, well, my vote don't count, but it does on this one. So,
Boy, oh boy.
so Mr. Bennett's talking about we can flip Colorado red with 30,000 votes. And I can't remember which district he was talking about, if it was CD7, his district, that has already flipped 3,000 Democrats.
Yeah. So it's looking hopeful. I mean, if there was ever a time to get on the winning team and help it be the winning team, you would be significant. Every drop in the bucket, that's how a bucket fills up. It's just a lot of...
Well, and so let's get into to how the open primary kind of
Oh,
reflects
yeah.
and affects this, right? So for those of you who don't understand what an open primary is, all right, so we're almost to get legislation, from my understanding, and I could be partially wrong on this, but from my understanding, we are in the process of getting legislation through that they just didn't get it through quick enough to make it happen this time. But we're working on voting where if you're going to vote in the Republican primary, you have to be a Republican. And what they've done is they've opened up these, they call it an open primary. That means all the independents. So if I'm a registered Republican, I get a Republican voter card. I get a Republican ballot. If you're a Democrat, you get a Democrat ballot. Well, if you're an independent, you get both. And so you can just hobnob and willy wobble all around and do whatever the hell you think you want to do. What that's done, that's a Democratic tool to take Democrats that move to independent and then vote for the weakest Republican candidate, so that when the general election comes around, the Democrats have a better chance of winning against a weak Republican. That's why the open primary is totally, I mean, I hate to use that word, it's not fair, but it's not, right? I mean, it's not fair at all,
Well,
right?
it's almost like you're playing a game with rules in it. If you're a Republican, you only vote for a Republican. If you're a Democrat, you only... But if you're an independent, but you're really a Democrat, and you can go in and pretty much undermine the Republican Party. I mean,
yeah, 'cause
that's damn near ludicrous to me.
You know there's not Republicans that are in there trying to vote for Democrats.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
And I don't understand how, if that was the case, then what ballot does an independent get? I don't know. You're independent, you only get to vote for who's an independent runner? I don't know how that works. I mean, that would make sense to me, but what that's doing is cutting them out of a lot. If that was the case, that would take away a lot of the vote, and it would purify it a lot more. And that's what we need, right? That's why we think we have enough. With everything else I try to remember, there's too much to remember.
Oh man, it's information overload. But this fundraiser and the introduction of these folks that are running for representing Custer County, we need you folks to show up and make sure they get where they need to go. And that's what this is about. And I think some of you pretty good chili cooks too, so you need to get involved in the chili cook. It'll be fun. I mean, there'll be a lot of folks there, and it'll be a good time. Catch up with some other folks that are like-minded, and maybe there's a lot of new people that moved to the valley. There's a lot of new people in this valley. I used to know most of the people. I'm telling you.
We've gotten a couple. We've gotten a database too, folks, that everybody that's a registered voter in Custer County is on this database. So everybody's fixing to get an email, Republican, Independent, or Democrat. I mean, we want all the independents and the Democrats to come here and see what our Republican candidates stand for.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is important. That's why if we weren't sure, I mean, you can never be too sure, right? Because you don't, even if you know somebody 20 years, you don't know
You
them.
don't. They can change.
And but with that with that aside, right? They have track records, and they have personalities that maybe you are intrigued with or support, and so that's what this is about, so that you can meet these candidates and get up to speed. It's a lot different meeting them face to face. I mean, when like I said, Mr. Bennett and myself, I mean, I don't know that he feels the same. Hopefully he will, because I mean, last time I shook his hand, it went pop.
I know, my ear was right there. He said, "Boy, what you been doing today?" I forgot what he said.
Lifting hay bales.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you must have been. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I got a whole lifetime of them. But that I say camaraderie, it's not comrade, right? But that friendship or that respect that you develop with someone that you think, man, I mean, this seems like an upstanding person and someone that can maybe get the job done, that can perform in their arena. That's what the feeling that I got from Mr. Bennett.
Absolutely.
And I get the same from Matt, and I get the same from Teddy Collins.
Yep. Very genuine people.
And Michelle, she's a
stand-up guy.
yeah. I get along pretty good with Michelle too. I mean, there's a couple things in her track record that are maybe a red flag for us. We hear. I mean, that's neither here nor there. That's just. I mean, we are in no way endorsing or condoning any of these candidates, because as PCPs we can't officially endorse a candidate until after the primary election, which is June 30th.
And then we can get behind them wholeheartedly. Right? But meanwhile, back at the ranch, we're trying to get you folks to get to know them and get involved in voting this year. We can't say it enough. And we're going to work. We're going to work real hard on contacting and
So and it's always a down year too, right? The
that's the key.
midterms are always, everybody.
A little complacent that
Yeah.
the president's not on the ballot. I'm not going to vote.
Yep. Well,
These people are very important to your day-to-day life locally.
you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see actually Custer County get up and get 60% of its voters to vote. The national average is only 40. Last time we did pretty good because we were getting close to 50 in Custer County. I don't know why we can't get 60.
Yeah, and this community really could rally.
Well, and it's. I mean, I don't mean to be trying to bear down on anybody, but really, 60%, only 10, only 6 out of 10 give a shit about shit. Come on, folks, do something. This is important.
We've got a lot of veterans. We've got a lot of churches. The Amish are getting involved.
Well, yeah, they can. I mean, they have a half a brain about them.
They knew to step up when things was going completely against their belief system. They said, "Uh-oh, time to get involved." That's a significant reaction to self-preservation. And all the crazy that we've seen from Mr. Polis and the other funny people. I mean, we've got situations going on right here in Custer County. And we don't know exactly what causes people to make decisions such as they do that seem extremely unreasonable to semi-reasonable people. I think we're semi-reasonable. I'm hoping we are.
Well, that's back to. I mean, I hope and
Kind of a golden rule type person.
yeah, we wish for everybody's blessings, but folks, at the end of the day, I don't give a shit what you think. I already know that my path is clear to the man upstairs, right? Whatever's going on, me and him are good. The rest of all y'all don't matter, right? I'm trying to do the best I can. Hopefully we can be respectful, we can be friends, we can be good friends, we can be all of this stuff, but don't think for a second that you have some kind of leverage on me, because you don't. Not even a little bit.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. but getting people to show up and vote is our job. Harold Franks has stepped up. Stephen Robinson has stepped up. Steve Rourke has stepped up. I'm doing whatever I can to do to help get the vote out, get the word out to get the voting. Very important. Very, very important.
So this is talking about the open primary. There has been an ongoing push to repeal or weaken the current semi-open primary system or let parties close their primaries again without current restrictions. Colorado's current system came from Proposition 108 in 2016, which allows unaffiliated voters to vote in either party's primary. Like, ludicrous, man. Recently, most of the activity has come through lawsuits by the Colorado Republican Party and/or internal GOP efforts to opt out of open primaries. A federal judge ruled in 2026 that Colorado's requirement for a party to get 75% supermajority vote to close its primary was likely unconstitutional because it was too difficult to achieve. There's also been repeated Colorado GOP votes trying to end participation by unaffiliated voters in Republican primaries. As of right now, Colorado still has semi-open primaries. Unaffiliated voters can still vote in one party's primary. But I mean, so we're suing them. I don't know where the hell they pulled out a supermajority of 75%. Why isn't it just 66% like all the rest of the stuff? So I mean, that's part of the. How can the Democrats meddle in our business so much? Because we all know that answer. We should know that answer because they got this purse strings. They're the ones with the money.
Well, that's why this is such a grassroots movement, and your vote counts, your money counts. Don't get me wrong. I mean, these folks need some money.
They need some money.
It's not a cheap date to drive wherever they're coming from to Custer County.
Well, and not
I mean, just the price of fuel. I mean, the time that they're spending.
And that, yeah, them are like them is a drop in a 55-gallon barrel compared to what the campaign costs, folks. I mean, you're talking about gas every day, everywhere, not just one time to come up here, right? I mean, their expenditures are large. Not to mention your loss of work when you're. I mean,
it's a huge sacrifice.
It is.
We don't want them to waste their sacrifice. We want them to be our representatives, and we need people to show up and vote. That's the way it's going to have to happen in order to get some health back into our politics. I think I don't know how else you could say it. We need healthy people making healthy decisions for us that are making policy that affects our day-to-day life. That's where we're at.
And what we really need here too is we need people to make educated decisions, and there needs to be numbers. Like I said, I would like to see Westcliff, Custer County get 60% of its registered Republican voters to vote. It's a mail-in ballot, for Christ's sakes, folks. You're lazy. Lazy bones.
Well, I don't
get off your fat ass and take your ballot to the damn mailbox, fat ass. I mean, come on, folks. Really? I mean, come on.
I don't know what even to say other than I hope people will muster up enough energy to have some involvement in the people that are going to represent them in policy making that can directly affect your day-to-day life. You're kind of really, and if you don't really know who to vote for, that's why we're bringing these folks up here. And we may be able to do, a little bit of. They're on Facebook. You can search them out a little bit and find out what they stand for. But you need to listen to them. Come and listen to them and make an educated decision. But they do have some stuff on Facebook and Instagram. Most of these people are pretty transparent, I'm going to say. They're pretty open and honest about what they're wanting to do and or what they're wanting to get away from.
So we only need, according to Mr. Bennett's calculations, it only would take 0.5% of the people in Colorado to switch this county from blue to red.
The state.
Yeah, the state, excuse
Yes.
me. 0.5%.
0.5%.
That's all it takes.
And it's
That's
not much.
That's how close a neck and neck that we are here.
And we can overdo here. We can kind of overdo it here. You know, because if somebody else doesn't quite muster, I just think we need to be the shiny light saying, hey, we had a lot of people turn out and it's
No, this is a chance for the Custer County Republican Party to actually come back to life.
it's a revival.
This is an opportunity to have a fundraising event for the candidates as well as the party. I mean, this is not a party fundraiser. Let's get that straight. We're not trying to raise money for the Custer County Republican Central Committee. I mean, hopefully they will get benefit from this. I mean, they're guaranteed to benefit some, but that's not the reason why we're doing this. This is not just purely a fundraiser for the CCRCC like Lincoln Day or something like that.
Right.
This is to promote these candidates, maybe put a few dollars in their pocket, and to inform the voters of who a qualified candidate is. That's what this is all about.
Absolutely.
And we all know that nothing runs up for free. That's why it's also a fundraiser. It's a meet and greet the candidate / fundraiser is what it is.
And there's some advertisement that's going to go out.
There's going to be a lot of advertisement here, and I mean that's going to be one of the main.
Newspaper, radio,
We're
some pamphlets and things of that nature.
it's mostly digital.
Mostly digital, yeah.
The thing about newspaper is I mean, no offense, Jordan, but we ain't paying you $200 to $300, buddy,
Well,
just to put out an ad that you don't want to support anyhow, right? Like if you wanted to support the Republican Party like you say you do, then you'd be happy to print this for free. But none of us even anymore. I mean, you're so toxic that we don't even want to talk to you, man. I tried to tell you something was up, and you told me I was a liar and called me all kind of bullshit. Now look where your ass is at. So have at it, buddy. We're going to do our own thing. Supposedly the radio station won't promote us either because it's Republican, which is fine, right? We don't care, right? There's plenty of... We have an email list with every registered voter in Custer County. Quite a few of them.
not all of them, but a big chunk.
Supposedly they're all on this list.
Okay.
This is not any of the lists we've ever even seen before.
Right.
This is not the Red County Nation, Blue Nation email list that has 600, right? This is like
The one that comes from Kelly.
4,000 or something. This is way even above Kelly.
Got it.
This is shit. This had nothing to do with Kelly. This is way up and above. This is something that
Coming from the higher ups?
Yes.
Higher up in the GOP?
Yeah, Tim Bennett.
Yeah.
Tim Bennett has gifted us with this list.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's a lot more than anybody around here can get done.
Yeah. So no, I think the new PCPs are well on their way to helping revive the Republican Party and get people involved in their community, is their state, as well as the federal part of it.
Yep, I mean,
Big time. Big time right now. Huge.
I mean, I'm worried about it. I know I can't do anything about it, but what's going on at the national level has me. I've said it before, folks. I don't have any faith in what's going on there. There's too much trickery and slippery, and I mean, I know Trump has done a lot of good stuff, and nobody could have done more than he has, but it still is it enough. And, you know, there's people out there saying, well, everybody expects Trump to do it all. What you need to be doing is doing it too. So that's what we're doing here, right?
Absolutely.
We're going to do the best we can to try to get a decent governor in there, a Republican governor at least, a Republican Secretary of State, and a Republican Attorney General, right? That would be all huge steps.
Be monumental.
off of a 0.5% of the vote, right? So like here we are, like only 4 out of 10 people vote, folks. Like, come on, you lazy people. Come on. It's a mail-in ballot, for Christ's sakes. All you got to do is mail, and it doesn't even take a stamp. Like, damn. Or I don't think it takes a stamp. We always drop ours off, but
We always drop ours off too.
I don't think it takes a stamp. I could be wrong on that, but I mean, there's no excuse for something as easy as a mail-in ballot.
That has that much influence over your life.
Like, yeah, I mean,
It's huge influence over your day-to-day life.
what other way can you cause it? Can you categorize it besides being lazy, or you just don't give a shit? And
Disenfranchised.
yeah, if you hate the world that much and you hate everybody else around you and you hate this country and you hate everything that much, I understand. Otherwise, there's no excuse. But if you hate it that bad too, then why are you still here?
Well, and Custer County is a place that really needs. We've got some. It's a pretty cool environment here, and we need to protect it. And we don't need to repeat patterns where we're going to raise the crime rate and
More low-income housing.
and then we can't take care of the sewage thing, and then we're going to raise the taxes for the Justice Center. This kind of crazy's got to stop. So that's what we're here for, and everybody needs to be involved in their community. We're going to have these people come up here, and you'll be able to meet them, listen to them, and maybe pose a question, or if not, you can email them a question. You can get intimate with them if you have an issue that you're wanting them to address, or how are they going to address it once they're in there? What are they going to do? That's what it's about. Remember, it's we the people, it's not we the government. We the people are the government. We need to be able to influence the people that are in the policy making, that are elected officials. It's pretty much that simple. I'm looking forward to the chili thing, so.
All I know is get your checkbook out, because that's what this is about. This is
You can make a difference. Yeah.
donate all you can. I mean, it's tax deductible. I know we're all strapped. I mean, most of us are strapped. We ain't all strapped. Some people are richer than they've ever been, but that's neither here nor there. But do what you can. Come meet these people. Come meet your PCPs, right?
Find out what precinct you're in. Do a little bit of searching. Find out where you're.
I mean, the map is online, right? All you got to do is Custer County precinct map, and it'll pop right up.
And if you're a registered voter, it's going to tell you what precinct you're in, right?
No, the map does not.
Not the map. No. I'm just saying if you're a registered voter in Custer County, it will tell you what precinct you're in.
If you get to the right website and go through all the rigmarole, it will tell you that. Whatever I'm talking about ain't going to tell you none of that.
It's just a map.
It's just a map. There's no.
No, exactly.
Yeah, if you don't know where you live, that's on you.
I know when we pulled the registered voters from the clerk and recorder for precinct 1, you know what I mean? It had everybody's name that was on it. It was $7, but anyways, it sounded like we have a better.
You can get it split down if you want to, but if you just go and ask Kelly, she'll just give you it. It's all just a hodgepodge of shit. You have to sort through it or whatever, and then you go back and tell her, Kelly, can you please organize that by precincts? Like, we even got to ask.
There again, if you need to find out and you're serious about people making decisions on your day-to-day life.
There's a particular website, and maybe we can get this figured out. I mean, I'd have to have some. I know that somebody like Kathy Lutz or
Stacy,
Kim Heath, or I don't know if Stacy knows about it or not. She might. But there's a particular website where you can just type your name and your address, and it'll tell you if you're registered to vote in this county. That's where all the stuff what you're talking about, the precinct you're in and all of that stuff. But I mean, it is not very hard, folks. You just pull up that PDF of the precinct map. It's the same as the district map for the county commissioners. There's only 3 districts in Custer County. I mean, if you can't figure that out, you're not trying very hard on that
It's
one.
pretty simple.
I mean, it doesn't get any more simple than that. But I mean, that's one of the main things to understand of what you're doing here is your precinct, right? I'm precinct 2, Jimmy's 1, Harold's 3. The precinct 2 already has a resignation.
Yeah, we have a vacancy in the Custer County Republican Central Committee. We're
For precinct 2,
missing a PCP for precinct 2.
as well as the treasurer.
And then we also need a treasurer.
So Stephen Robinson is in my district in 3. Lisa Kidwell is your precinct.
Yeah, she's the other PCP in District 1. In Precinct 1, I should say.
So there's 2 of us per precinct, 6 of us total. I mean, this is one of these things that everybody has there's a lot of controversy about. There's not enough representation, but that's once again why we have the Chronicle. I know we've been talking about it. Our editor-in-chief, Kevin, has been out of town on a work trip. Mike and I are ready to go. Kevin didn't feel like he was ready to let it get out the gate yet. He wants everything to be just right, especially with our mission objective. It's going to be very focused on what we want to incur, or the number one thing about it, right? First things first is that we see what the BOCC is doing and that the people have a chance to get into their business. That's the main reason why we started that. That's what I needed as a tool, so that this whole, I'm supposed to represent 340 some people, right? I mean, that's a tough job, especially when you work, and you know, if you do anything besides just answer the phone and try to call people, right? That's not how it's going to work for me. So that's why we developed this tool, hybrid newsletter, that will have a poll on it, so where you can see an issue with the BOCC and then let us know how you feel about this. Yes, this is something we support. No, we wholeheartedly, we don't support this at all. Or is it kind of in between, right? I mean, is there a mixed? And I'm happy. I mean, now that we have this email list, that chronicle's going out to everyone.
Absolutely.
And I mean,
It's a pretty cool invention.
well, it is. And yeah, we invented it, right? I mean, Mike put it together. Kevin he had a few things what he wanted. I had a few things what I wanted it to do, and Mike built it. And it looks slick.
Pretty cool deal.
Yeah, super cool.
Super cool.
So
Absolutely.
I mean, that's how we're gonna keep up with our extremely high constituent to PCP ratio is through the Chronicle.
Yeah, that's using technology and leveraging it, and it's time well spent. And people are so fast paced now. If they can go to someplace, something's pretty much condensed. They don't got to go to a 3-hour BOCC
Yeah, because
meeting.
we already know that you ain't gonna go.
And we don't blame you.
Well, no, we don't blame you.
It's 9 o'clock on Wednesday. I mean, who's not working on 9 o'clock at Wednesday? Who's not working? The only reason I've been able to go is I'm self-employed, and I have a little bit of lateral movement, and I have a lot of concern about my future here in Custer County. I didn't move up here to be sabotaged.
That's really the biggest thing, folks. I mean, we can all hide behind the veil of I don't have enough time or I don't have enough money, but it's really about concern, because if you really are concerned, like Stacy Kish, right? She has taken her AI model and searched through all of the previous BOCC meetings and made timelines and all kinds of stuff on her own effort, and she works just as much or more than the rest of us. She travels all around the United States working.
But she's very proactive, and she's concerned about the health.
She
of
wants
this county.
wants to know, and that's what the challenge really is. If you want to know about this stuff, that's why we're creating a chronicle, because we know there's people out there that do want to know, but yet they're disenfranchised. We get it, but it's
Get back in the game.
it's over. It's time to get over this pouting stuff. Well, for whatever reason, I talked to a couple young gentlemen at Mike's daughter's graduation party on Sunday, and they heard me. Alexa heard me, and she couldn't believe what I was saying, and I was just like, really? Did you not listen to me? She was offended because I'm telling these young boys. I was like, are you registered Republican? And he's like, yes, I'm registered Republican. I'm like, perfect, man. And I said, the moral of the story is you need to vote, because otherwise the Democrats are going to take your rights away. And she was offended because I was telling someone to vote Republican. And that's the whole thing that we have to get over. It's not a shame to be a Republican, and it's not a shame to try to take care of your country, your county, your state, your home, everything. We need to take care of it, folks.
Absolutely.
We ain't taking very good care of it.
Well, we're having the life choked right out of us, and we got to stop it. And if we can do it civilly, it's a beautiful thing. And I think we can. We can turn it around. We can.
If
work.
only 40% of the people are voting, then we have no excuse to bitch any farther than that. And especially with all these mail-in ballots.
So we're going to do everything we can to encourage it and to keep you in the game. It's going to take a little motivation. I mean, we're going to have to try to get people stimulated, revived.
The thing about it is too is, I mean, we were talking
And
about.
it's sad that has to take place.
Well, and it is. Let's dig into this part about. You and I had a discussion last night about how you thought maybe they just didn't want anybody to participate, and I agree to that to
you
a
mean
certain, with the CCRCC in particular.
Yes.
Right. It acts like they're trying to stiff arm us, and while I agree with that, what I also was trying to express is that
and you did a very good job of it.
Yeah, what Harold has come up with here is something that's far and beyond anybody else has ever been able to do. The concept in his mind to call all these candidates and invite them on his own before we even sat down and asked if the CCRCC would sponsor what we were doing. We already know who's coming. We don't need the CCRCC to do this. This is Harold's baby. And Stephen and I are going to help the best we can.
And I'm going to help the best. As a PCP, it is my duty to reach out and to invite people to this event and to get people re-engaged in the political atmosphere that we're in.
And because we need all kinds of help, right? Don't get me wrong. It's not just Stephen and I and Harold. It's just I'm the fundraising chair. Stephen is the vice chair of the fundraising, and Harold is the party
builder.
The party builder. Jimmy's a PCP, right? I mean,
and I'm going to help the whole thing. I didn't volunteer for any of those heads. She wanted me to do something, and I was like, until we get things straightened out, hon, I'm not going to be too charismatic about any of that. But when you threw your hat in, or she invited you to do it?
She asked me to do it.
She asked you to do it?
There'd be no way in hell that I would volunteer.
Then I believe Harold...
she asked Harold to do it too.
So there...
He's like, what?
So
but we've taken that horse by the reins and we're running here, and that's the beauty of this is Harold through the pressure of being thrown into the fire has created this effort to be able to get these candidates here so that we can educate the county of what these candidates are, and so that we can get them elected.
Absolutely. I take my hat off to him. I mean, it's a common sense approach. It is absolutely such a common sense outreach. And it's what he signed up to do as a PCP person.
Yeah.
So he's a doer. And if the last few years, if we would have had PCP people doing, these lists would,
And
when I
that's,
generate.
so that's kind of just to kind of get back into our get back into our discussion last night. What Jimmy says, well, if they would have been doing a damn thing, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't disagree, but it's like, I don't think that it was necessarily because they weren't doing anything. I think it has to do with their intellectual creativity to think about what might really be something good. And that's where Harold really shone through. It's not that they're all lack of doing anything. It's just that they weren't on the same page as what Harold understands about these candidates. He knows these people. He knows them. He calls Scott Bottom's office and talks to his wife. I mean, that takes some horsepower to even know the people to be able to invite him. Way out of my league.
And he's from Germany, right?
He is.
He appreciates his country. And that's why he's very proactive, and he's got a lot of enthusiasm. And that's what we need to be. We've been complacent because we've kind of had stuff pretty easy for a long time. But when you see the moral decay and you go, wait a minute, boy, there's some darkness in pretty high places. It's time to chase that darkness out with some light. And that's what your vote's about. We've got to make a difference here. Somehow, have good hope. That's the only thing I could really say. And we've got some pretty hard-working, smart people. And a lot of it's common sense. If your heart's established to do the right thing, the thoughts come. The situation, it's not great big. It's not some great big mystery to you.
So we did have a constituent write in, said that they felt that maybe that it wasn't right to hold that against, and we're not holding it against Michelle.
No.
They just say that Britta Horn had a lot of people fooled.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all. You're going to find this stuff out if you do your own research. That's all we were saying is, do your research, meet these people, get in their aura. Figure out what it is. That's all. Just see if this person is a good match for you and she's going to do a good job for he or she. That's what it's about. It's that personal. This is local politics. It's local. People that are making decisions.
Like you say, it is a vibe.
It's a vibe. You bet. You get a vibe from these folks when you get to meet them. They're real people.
When you shake hands
and
with
they're
them,
in the
whole 9
battle.
yards.
They have the same battles that you have on your day-to-day life. And they're there going, yeah, I want to go in and make our lives a little bit more, not so crazy. Get some of the crazy out of.
Get rid of transvestite story time? Perfect.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The job is at hand, and the government really needs to just do government stuff. It doesn't really need to get into all this other jargon. As a republic, that's kind of where we're at here.
That's part of what the Republican motto is less government.
Absolutely.
And that's what socialism in the democratic way is more government, right?
Well, they're Republicans, conservatives. In a republic is based on strong individuals will make a strong community. The liberals are like, we're going to take from the strong people and we're going to give and pervert these other people that haven't really got a good, strong character about them, and we're going to abuse them at the expense of these rich people. It's
kind of like what Chuck says too. The liberal, democratic, socialistic way doesn't make you be responsible for yourself.
Exactly.
Oh, well.
They'll take care of
They'll take care of me. They're going to fly food in. They're going to fly my crickets in on a drone, and I'll sit here and watch virtual whatever all day long. That's what they want. right? They don't want good, strong, independent people like myself, right? I mean, I don't need anybody. I just don't. I've been doing it all this by myself since I was a little kid, man. I really have. I mean, you have no idea when I'm 10 years old out there on the bale wagon, most grown men can't run, right? I mean, you're talking about risking life and limb and the whole 9 yards, right? I mean, it's just, and I still got all my fingers and everything's great, but I'm just saying that's what made me who I am. I don't need anything from anybody. I damn sure don't need somebody that's trying to tell me what to do. That's no offense, but that's why I never went into the military, because I'm not going to let some little pencil-necked guy tell me what to do when he doesn't know better, when he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not going to tell me what to do, and that's why I never went in. I respect everybody that's been there.
Amen.
But I know
Absolutely.
myself well enough that I'm not going to get court-martialed because of some pencil neck telling me something that's not true. You're not going to put me in that position.
And Steve, I've got it. You know, I'm a little bit older than you, but I did a lot of cool things when I was a kid. A lot of cool things that people were going, there's no way that kid did that. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And I'm not bragging, I'm just saying, some people are built that way.
That ain't bragging after you already did it.
Well, when other people are bragging on you, and you're so shy, you're trying to melt and get away from everybody. It's like, hey, I just did it. It was in me. I saw it. I did it. That's all. That was it. It had to be done. There was nobody else there that was going to get it done.
Yeah,
That's all I'm getting at. When you get that in you,
that's where we're at, folks, with this.
when you get that in you as an individual, makes you a pretty strong cuss.
That's why we're at where we're at with this whole event, because of Harold
Yeah, and Harold's built the same way.
taking it upon himself, and then so with a little more collaboration with some horsepower and some help, we're going to have probably the biggest fundraising event and to do the county some good that's maybe ever been done.
That's our goal. We got to shoot high. We want high goals.
And I mean, I get it, right? I was like that forever. Oh, it's political. I don't really, not interested. But things have changed. The times have changed. The reason we got into this position because good men did nothing. That's why we're at where we're at.
I'm one of them. Stood by. Oh, they'll take care of it.
I'm busy.
I'm busy. And now it's my saying is, we are they. We are they. We are all they. They are going to have to take care of it. That's us. We are they. We got to take care of it. That's what it comes down to. So, and there's a lot of good young people moving here with children that want good, strong futures for their children and strong, independent kids. And that's what this valley's about. This is not for everybody up here. I mean, this is a sacred place, and we need to keep it that way. But we also need to be a light to the rest of the world. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm hoping. I got a lot of good hope.
I do too, especially, I mean, that's one of the reasons with the Chronicle as well. Like, there's no tools to help PCPs do what they need to do.
Yeah, that quick communication, because everybody's got a phone, and they can look up, bink.
Well, yeah, everybody's got
Boom. And then they can itemize, hey, Wednesday was that meeting. Well, it's 7 o'clock at night, I'm done with dinner. Let me see what that was. And it's itemized, broke down, you could see what it is. And then there may even be, how was that designed? We could maybe vote on an issue.
Yeah, there's polls all across it. So each issue has its poll.
Yeah, pretty well thought out. This thing has been designed by 3 of the smartest people I know. I know quite a few people, but these 3 guys, I watched that thing come together. I listened to the conversations and watched it. I was like,
and then all of a sudden we're looking through it on the computer.
and then I'm like, man, this is going to happen because this is clicking, man. And it's cool to watch men come together and collaborate on something It was very, it's pretty unique. Because here again, once your heart's established and you want to do something, the thoughts come. The thoughts come. How do I get from here to there? It happens that way. And that's where Harold's at. He says, I'm a PCP. I'm responsible. I have a duty to my community. I want to bring these people here. They've been showing up, at the, I don't know, Liberty Rocks they've been to. They go to, the assembly. They've been to the caucuses and whatnot. Then they come to the CCRCC meetings. It's the same group of people. They don't really get any good exposure. And Harold was like, well, if that was me, I would like to be able to talk to the whole community. Well, Harold goes, that's my job. So that's how this is, that's why this is so cool. It's pretty cool to be involved. And I'm seeing yourself, Stephen Robinson, and Harold. There's getting to be a good Taylor coming in as a commissioner, volunteer to be a public servant. Huge. This county's got a bright future ahead of it. And I think the country does, and I think the state does, because there's a lot of good people that are throwing their hat in the ring and saying, hey, this country's worth fighting for. Hopefully we can get out and support them.
So with that being said, folks, we're going to have to plug the Mortarmen.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit of ways away here, but 250th anniversary. We're going to have a fireworks show to rival any ones that we've ever had. I mean, we have a decent match from the Chamber of Commerce, but we're still trying to raise another $14,000, which last year we had that much. So I don't foresee a problem, but I'm just starting now. We've been talking with the fire marshal and with the sheriff. Even if there's a fire ban on, them boys can let us do it if they deem fit. So I don't want you to worry about, well, if it's dry, I don't want to put my money in and then we won't have a show. We're having a show. I don't care how we do it. If we, we like the water towers. It's a little more open. It's easier for us to operate. In my personal opinion, it's easier to defend the dome, the parking lot south of the dome. We can beat that brush down to basically dirt and then spray it down with all kind of trucks, and you can have fire trucks on each corner of the fence. I mean, it's impossible for something to get away from us there, but we don't. We're wanting to have it at the fire, up at the water towers. I mean, it's
a nice place to do it.
There's more parking.
And more people get to see it.
Yep, kind of get it up above the skyline. So
yeah, people were saying, man, we saw that all the way out here, and we saw it all the way over here. I was like, cool.
But so please, folks, I mean, it's the Mortarmen on Facebook. If you just Google Mortarmen, it takes you to a lot of military stuff that are launching mortars. So ours is the Mortarmen on Facebook. There's a donate button. I mean, we normally don't get very many big donors, but the big donors are what carries us through. I mean, I'm not trying to beg for money, but I mean, it's the 1,000, it's the 2,500. Them are the donors that get us where we need to go.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're looking to raise at least 14, 15 would be a little bit better of a comfort thing. I mean, the insurance is going crazy again. I'm not sure what it's going to be, 4,800, I think, for an hour.
It's bizarre.
But we are trying to go ahead and pay that extra. We're trying to pay a little bit extra so that we can have a New Year's Eve
nice
fireworks show as well.
Nice.
Without having to incur another
insurance costs.
Another double.
It'd be like a rider. Got it.
So that's
good deal.
What we have in mind, and I know that a lot of people are already leery about donating because they're worried about it, but I mean, we've already spoke with the powers that be. I mean, Rich is definitely into the 250. Jeremiah, he has to be careful because he don't want the whole town to burn down. But I mean, let's face it, folks, we're pretty careful what we do. We buy our fireworks distributor, Kevin, right? He's careful he makes sure that we have these ones that burn out while they're in the air. That's what happened to Skyline Drive last year down in Canyon, is they have these fireworks that go up and then they burn all the way, and they're still burning when they hit the ground, them streamers, where the fire falls all the way. Them are the ones that'll light you up. So we make sure that we don't buy any of them particular kind, just to eliminate part of the risk there.
Absolutely. There again, common sense. Common sense is the word of the day.
Goes a long ways.
Goes a long ways.
So with that being said, you're going to hear a plug every week. 4th of July is not that far away, folks. Not that far away here. So
No, everything's happening pretty quick. Pretty fast-paced lives that we're living.
we're only a month away from the longest day of the year.
I know.
What?
Yeah.
My favorite time of the year, and it's all kind of off because there's no snowpack and no irrigating water, and everything is a little different. But
I haven't got 1,000 pounds of seed potato in the ground yet either, and with all the moisture, I can't really get in the field right now. So
oh boy.
it is what it is, you know.
One thing about it, you can go through and kill all the weeds that pop up, because there'll be plenty of them bad boys.
Plenty of them. But that's a lot of fresh plowed. It's all fresh turned over. So kind of burying a bunch of that weed stuff, kind of keep that to a minimum. But yeah, we know the story. You open up Mother Nature, she's covering it.
Yeah, there's weed seed everywhere.
Yeah, she's coming to put her armor on it.
We've been waiting 60 years.
Yeah.
Literally, a lot of that vicious seed that what we deal with, 60. I mean, it'll lay dormant 60 years. Loco weed, toad flax, leafy spurge, all of that stuff. The seed will lay there forever. And then all of a sudden, you have this huge outbreak, and you think, "Oh my God, what happened?" Well, all it took was the right conditions.
Yeah, it just happened.
So.
That's kind of what's happening with this political atmosphere. Everything's happening just right. If people will get involved, man, we have an opportunity to do some really good here.
Yep, please get involved. I mean, and I mean, we're not asking for something that's unreasonable. Everything about this is completely reasonable, and it's not only reasonable, but it is the way that it should be.
And yeah, it is. It's a patriotic thing. I was encouraged by, number one, we were proactive in getting the caucuses going. The CCRCC kind of failed a little bit on their digital advertisement.
A lot they failed.
So anyways, what we did was significant. And so I feel refreshed about how things are going.
Well, yeah, because
people do want to be involved if they're invited.
They actually passed us the ball, and they flipped it to me, and I flipped it back to Harold, and he's almost in the end zone.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of good people involved.
In around flea flicker.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. So I guess with that being said, folks, once again, 719-371-0233. If you have any advice, if you have any questions, redcountybluenation@gmail.com. I guess I'm going to change. I mean, I have a few different emails, but I guess I'm going to get one more professional email, or just for the PCP thing, because I'm beginning to get running together.
And that's what's happening a little bit to all of us, and that's why Stephen Robinson, he dedicated one. And not only that, but we're only elected for 2 years. I wouldn't mind if I gave that if somebody said, "Hey, I'm the new PCP of Precinct 1. Well, here's this tool, man. You're already plugged in. You're ready to go. This is the people that you're representing." Here again, it's another common sense application that's strengthened in the community.
Very well said. So with that being said, I guess we'll see you next week.
Yep. Take care, folks. Thank God for the rain.